21 via knockout. Errol Spence Jr. fights out of Dallas, lives in DeSoto, Texas, only 23 miles from AT&T Stadium.
Right off the bat, Errol Spence is trying to establish his jab here and put a slight amount of pressure on, and Mikey's just looking for some openings right now. He's got a little head movement going. He's walking backwards, seeing where he can get a counter punch in. It's a smart move on both men's part.
What do you expect early, Lennox?
Well, you know, I expected Mikey to actually come at Spence, but it's the other way around. And obviously he's waiting to counterpunch and see what he can see from just the first round. And he's taking it easy. You know, he's got a lot of poise because he's got a lot of fights under his belt, so he knows how to do these first rounds. And he knows he's not in a rush. He knows he needs to take his time and kind of see what's there. Maybe feel Spence's power a little bit and see what he can counterpunch with.
Mikey Garcia moving up a couple of weight classes. He said, everyone tells me this fight is too risky. That's why I wanted to do it.
Well, it is risky, and you can just tell when Errol Spence throws a couple punches, you can see the power behind it. And Mikey got away from a body shot that was thrown by the left hand of Errol Spence just a second ago. But Mikey's really being calculating right now, and he's looking to land some sort of counter punch. But even if he doesn't, even if he wastes this first round moving, it's still a smart move on his part. I think to get a sense of what Errol Spence can and cannot do.
Well, Errol Spence actually has longer arms, so he has to figure out a way to get past those long arms as well.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of figure out the distance between him and Spence.
Yeah. Well, Mikey's fought taller guys before. He's usually the shortest guy in the ring. So it's not that he hasn't experience. Plus, he's been sparring with 160-pounders, so he got used to doing this in the gym for the past 12 weeks.
Garcia has gone the distance, 12 rounds in each of his last 3 bouts. This is round 1, scheduled for 12.
And you got Errol Spence giving a little ground here, so it's a little give and take on who's pressing who. And Mikey's looking to penetrate a little bit, because Errol's been falling short on his jabs and his left hand of the body. So they're looking for the strategy that's going to work.
He didn't fall short with that nice right jab.
Yeah, well, you're right. It grazed him.
Final seconds, round 1.
Bien, mira, tú muy cuidadoso el round, no le hace. Hay que tratar.
You're gonna try to go half distance, slowly, you know, and you have to be very intelligent on this. Don't get too anxious. Nice and soft. Start getting in. Start moving. Keep moving. Outside and inside. Up and down to the side. Don't stay in the middle. So you got to watch out for that hook that he has, okay?
Okay.
Good. It was a good round.
The instructions from trainer and older brother Robert, former junior lightweight champ, translated for our viewers by Felix De Jesus.
Yeah, that makes sense. Robert gave him great instructions. Pretty much what you saw out there is what he told him to do again, except to close the gap a little bit more, but he's got to be very careful of closing that gap. That means getting close to Errol Spence, and watch out for Errol Spence's right hook.
Round 2, Mikey Garcia facing a 6th consecutive opponent who has held a title at some point in his career. Errol Spence Jr., the reigning IBF welterweight champion. In your mind, Joe, who had the edge in round 1?
Well, you'd have to give it to Spence only because he was touching. At least he was touching. Nothing solid landed from either guy, but he was touching. He's doing stuff like that. Mikey was pretty much trying to figure out Errol Spence in the last round. So I'd have to give it to Errol. But, you know, this round, Robert wants Mikey to close the gap a little bit. So let's see what happens if he can put his hands on Errol Spence in this round.
Easier said than done.
Right. I agree. And he's looking for it right there. You just saw it.
To me, Mikey's trying to get him up against the ropes. And Errol Spence is being very wise in circling him and making sure that he doesn't. Mikey said he's prepared to back Spence up, but it's very risky to do that.
Why is that, Lennox?
Oh, because he's going to get, he has to watch out for shots coming in. And when somebody's being forced backwards, especially with Spence's experience, he's going to be throwing punches going backwards, and he knows how to throw punches going backwards.
So there was a nice little move by Mikey Garcia. He stepped over to his right, Errol Spence's left there, just like that. He's making that little slip there, looking to counter. And he's done that twice now. I think he's finding a little spot for that move. And there he goes down the middle with that right hand.
18 punches landed from Spence to this point. Garcia with 5.
And it's a real cat and mouse game right now because both of them are very, very cautious of each other's power. But it looks like Mikey's starting to, walk Errol down a little bit. And that tide might change, though.
Mikey's throwing that left hook, and it's coming around pretty good on Spence, but it's not hitting him yet.
No, neither one of these guys. That was a good little body shot by Garcia. So he's starting to figure him out. This is kind of what Kell Brook did. Was he used a lot of cute moves left and right on Errol Spence. Before Spence starts turning that pressure on like he's doing now, and this is what eventually gets to you in the later rounds. But
we've seen more aggression from Garcia here in round 2. Bit of a feeling out process in round 1.
Let me tell you, Spence is doing a great thing by throwing as many jabs as he's throwing. This is what you need to do. Start everything off with the jab. Get Mikey frustrated with this jab. Get him focused on the jab, and then you start throwing other combinations.
Too slow. Yeah. Listen, you're too slow. You see that, right? And control that distance just like you're doing. If you want to shoot that look, close up the middle. When you shoot that jab, make sure that middle close. Keep everything tight. Double that jab up to the straight one, or the uppercut to the middle, all right? Control, your hands up high, so you can stay focused. Block everything. Don't get too careless, all right? Start stepping around and shuffle. You want to shuffle, because he's stepping back, so shuffle. And try to shoot them feints also, you got me? Two way.
And here we see a nice left jab by Errol. And here's Mikey moving forward, trying to pick his spots, showing him different angles, coming over with that left.
Lennox, how did you score the second round?
A lot closer than the first round.
This is round 3, scheduled for 12 for the IBF World Welterweight Championship belt. Our unofficial scorer is Marcos Villegas. Marcos, how have you scored it so far?
Having 2 rounds up for Errol Spence. He's making excellent use of his jab, stopping Mikey from getting forward and closing the distance, though. Mikey's starting to get warmed up now. He had a very good second round, but because of Errol's excellent use of his jab, I have him up 2-0 so far.
All right, thanks, Marcos. So 20-18 over the first 2 rounds on Marcos' scorecard, Joe.
I would take a little issue with just the second round there. I thought that Garcia forced the action. He put on pressure. He landed a couple of body shots. He came over the top of Errol Spence's right jab with a little hook jab himself. I thought he looked more impressive in the second round. I think his head movement and his intelligence right now is serving him well. Again, nobody's there. Errol got a nice little body shot in, but nobody's really dominating the rounds yet. Looks like Errol wants to start pressuring though harder, but right when he does, Mikey makes these slick moves and he throws him off track for a minute, and Errol goes back to boxing for a second. So it's a real tug of war.
Ball left from Spence, connecting.
Well, actually, Mikey had that hand right up there and he blocked that punch. Now, let me just tell you something. It's a great punch by Errol Spence, but Mikey was smart enough. He's going to keep his hands up when he sees those punches coming in. He's not going to get hit with a sucker punch like that, a looping left hand. You see Mikey's knocking those little jabs down to the body and trying to counter. So it's a cat and mouse game. He landed a nice little short right hand. 2 of them right there. He's playing it smart and he's being effective.
Oh, big left by Spence.
That's right. That was a good left hand by Spence. Caught Mikey with that hand down, which he didn't have last time down when it was thrown on him. Ooh.
Oh. Errol came around with a good sweeping left hook there.
Yeah, he's starting to find that. That's a punch that Mikey, as smart as this, shouldn't be getting hit with.
Final minute, round 3.
But again, Errol's got to find his openings too, and he's found one now. You know, it's not easy. Neither one of these guys are easy to find openings on.
Body shot by Spence.
None of them really has opened up to the body yet. They're still headhunting, still figuring each other out.
Yeah, well, they're keeping their distance. You notice they haven't really closed the gap on each other. Once one of them gets in close, the other one steps back.
Time winding down in round 3.
Cut.
Catch Inside PBC with Kate Abdo, Sean Porter, and Abner Barras, who will provide a full recap of tonight's historic pay-per-view, plus the latest on Deontay Wilder's next move, and Peter Quillin and Caleb Truax duke it out live before their super middleweight title eliminator. That's Wednesday, March 20th, 10 Eastern, only on FS1. Peterson and Lipinets next Sunday on FS1, and then Garcia and Granados April 20th.
Here we see a big left hand coming around like a hook by Spence.
It was partially blocked on that one, so it wasn't a completely clean left hand there. But
No, he caught him. He caught him
not
good.
completely.
Not completely, but he caught him.
No, he did.
And he's throwing some good right jabs.
No, I thought Errol Spence took control of that 3rd round right there. So it is.
You know what I like about Errol
back and
Spence?
forth.
It's
Yeah.
not one jab. It's sometimes 2, sometimes 3.
It was 4 in a row, like you said. Yeah, you're right.
All right, to Heidi Andro. Heidi.
Thank you very much, Derek. I know this has been a lot of them just feeling one another out. What did you say to Errol coming into this round?
I just told him to take compose, keep his jab, stay focused, and don't get reckless. Take compose.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Heidi. That's Derek James, Errol Spence's trainer. Derek, also a Dallas native, 2007 Trainer of the Year. As the action picks up here in round 4.
Yeah, Errol Spence landed a couple of good left hands. He was trying for that looper around the ear on Mikey Garcia, but Mikey got hit to it. He's keeping that right hand up much better after getting clipped last round with it. But see, Spence is going around, then he's trying to go straight with that left hand. He's going around and he's straight. He's mixing it up on him, trying to keep Mikey guessing what he's going to come back with.
Again to Marcos Villegas. Marcos.
Yeah, I have it up for Errol Spence, 3-0. I'm on pins and needles right now. These are very competitive rounds. Errol still using that jab to score points. He's having success here in round number 3. As you just see right there, popping him with the jab, and it's scoring for me, and I'm sure it's probably scoring for the judges seeing this from ringside as well.
All right, thanks, Marcos. Has anything surprised you to this point, Lennox?
No, just as I figured. You know, Spence is doing the right thing. He's moving around. He's throwing that right jab, and he's mixing up that left hand straight and around. And you know, he's keeping the fight in the middle of the ring, which he's supposed to.
A look at the number of jabs landed. 21 for Spence, 11 by Garcia.
Yeah, the telling blows right now are by Spence with this left hand.
Absolutely.
He's definitely getting through with it, and he's scoring big.
The long arms are posing a problem for Mikey. He's really having a hard time counterpunching right now, and this is a problem. If he can't counterpunch, he's going to be in it for a long night or a short night.
Final minute, round 4. Now Marcos Villegas gave the first 3 rounds to the champ, Errol Spence Jr. There's a left by Spence.
Mikey Garcia is keeping his head really stiff right now. He needs to move it a little bit more.
Body shot by Spence.
Great round for Spence right now. He's been throwing that right-left continuously.
Okay.
No Q-tip, doctor. Q-tip. A nose, Q-tip. Q-tip on the nose. Breathe.
Now you got to start. Okay, now we're going to start. You need to go back, you go back, and then go and close the gap. Do not commit errors. He does leave himself wide open, but you have to be nice and close. And move your head a little bit. You move your head, and then you start closing the gap. How are you? Fine. How does he hit? It's okay. More combinations.
All right, here we go. Let's see what happened there. Spence throws a jab. Mikey slips it. Mikey came back with a little short right hand, left hook. All right, well, you heard Robert Garcia in the corner. You know, Mikey's having a hard time counterpunching from the distance. He's going to have to get inside. He said, close the gap, get inside. Now we got to go for it. He knows he's got to make the turn right now.
Back to Heidi Androl. Heidi.
Thank you very much, Robert. We heard you say this is the round you need to go for it. What do you want to see Mikey doing?
I think Mikey could back him up. Look, like, just like he's doing right now. Fighting on the outside of Spence is too long and reach, and is just jabbing his fight through. If Mikey could pressure him, and look, just like that, backing him up.
Thank you, guys.
Así, Mike.
Thanks, Heidi. So Robert Garcia happy with what he saw over the first 45 seconds here in round 5.
Well, yeah, you almost have to sacrifice and get inside. Robert's right. He's got the shorter arms. He's going to have a heck of a time getting through this. He's got to press Spence and back him up. And I'll tell you what, it's dangerous either way. If you're on the outside or the inside, but he's got more of a chance, Garcia, if he gets in there and starts mixing it up. Now, see, he should press right now. Once he threw, there you go. So he's got to press once you throw Errol Spence off balance. You got to make that second effort to jump right on top of him, because you're not going to get too many chances to get close to him.
I know it's difficult. It's difficult right now because, you know, you're talking about a skillful boxer, Errol Spence, and he's mixing up the punches big time. And then all of a sudden, when Mikey tries to jump back in there, he's getting punched as well. So
you're right. Mikey fell short with the right hand, got countered with the right hook as Errol Spence stepped backward. So, you know, he's getting it coming and going. And he's having too few moments to be in this fight right now. Right now, Errol Spence is running away with it.
Errol Spence is mixing up the punches. He's not throwing just at the head. He's not throwing around the corner. He's throwing up the middle as well.
In the 4th round, Spence landed 26 through 89 punches. Those are his highs over the first 4 rounds. Garcia with a good start here in the 5th, but Spence has worked his way back.
Yeah, he's going to have to make that second and third effort. Once Mikey Garcia missed that punch, Errol Spence is regrouping. He's got to jump right back on him, or he's going to be in for a very, very long night on the end of that jab. That's where he's got to go to work. He got in close with Errol right there. He got his left arm on him. He should have worked his right hand somehow like that. You got to do anything right now, hit him anywhere. You just got to start working him over. Right there. So he's got to start working inside.
Seconds remaining in round 5 here in Arlington. Five rounds in the books here at AT&T Stadium for the welterweight title. Lennox, your thoughts to this point?
Let me tell you, Errol Spence is boxing a perfect fight right now. He's using that jab well. He's not getting caught. And then when Mikey's coming in, he's throwing combinations. He's mixing up the punches. Right now, he's throwing 3, 4 punch combinations, which is perfect. Boxing well.
Yeah, it's kind of going how you would have expected it had you favored Errol Spence, that this is the type of fight he could pull off. It's not over yet, but Mikey's still got a lot of work ahead of him. If he doesn't get inside, it's going to be a shutout by Errol Spence, if not a knockout later on. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at this. Look at the fact of he's throwing some good left hands, good body punches.
Yep.
Mikey hasn't thrown those punches yet. He hasn't gotten through those punches.
Each of the first 5 rounds have been fought at distance, according to CompuTrack.
And Errol Spence is keeping it that way, because when Mikey makes a move in, he'll step back a half a step and try to counter and catch Mikey coming in, because he knows he's got the shorter arms. Just as his brother pointed out in the corner, he's got to get inside.
His brother Robert, his trainer. This is round 6, scheduled for 12 for the IBF World Welterweight title. Errol Spence Jr., the current champ. Mikey Garcia looking to win a belt in a 5th different weight class in his career.
Errol's got him so busy with that right jab, he's not seeing that left hand come through. And like I said, he's mixing it up. He's not only throwing it around the corner, but he's throwing it straight up the middle. And Mikey's got his head up, his chin up, and stiff. He needs to move his head a little bit more.
He's keeping the perfect distance, Errol Spence. And now he's starting to land some really hard shots. And if Mikey can't land and hurt Errol, he's really in deep trouble.
Body shots 31-7 in favor of Spence.
And that's the thing, Mikey's a tremendous body puncher. He just can't get close enough either way, coming or going, to land a body shot.
Oh, left by Spence and then a right.
Mikey took that hard shot well and came back with his own right hand left hook, but, you know, it has no effect on Errol Spence as of yet. And this is the Errol Spence.
Oh, good right hook by Errol Spence.
But this is the champ, Mikey, coming back. He's not going to sit still for that.
No, and Errol Spence did the right thing. Move out of the corner. He's a better boxer in the middle of the ring.
Final minute, round 6. Down to 20 seconds.
Great body shot by Errol Spence, but Mikey comes back. He'll counter you. I mean, he's not just laying down, or he's not just, you know, folding because he's getting hit hard by Errol Spence.
Final seconds, round 6, scheduled for 12. Let's head upstairs to Chris, Ray, and Sean.
Hi, thanks, Kenny. And clearly, this is Spence's fight. He's in control. He's dominant so far.
He's controlled the ring, the distance, worked behind his jab. The thing I like about what Errol is doing is he's mixing up his straight left. He's throwing it straight, and then he's looping it around. He's not allowing Garcia to pick up his rhythm.
Well, look, I hadn't seen Errol as tentative as he was in the beginning of the fight. Now he's starting to fight in his rhythm. Mikey's catching the punches, but he's got to come back with something because he's losing the rounds, you know. But he's backed Errol up quite a bit in this fight. Errol's never been backed up before like this, but showing his strength right now.
Yeah, Spence said timing was key to be on point, whether it's a jab or a left cross, he's delivering. So what can Garcia do given what you've seen Spence do so far?
You know, he came out in the beginning of one of those rounds and he was really aggressive, which seemed to be effective for him. I think if he continues to do that and then start to try to control the range of distance from there, but starting from an aggressive standpoint, he might have some success.
Mikey's got to take chances. Got to take chances.
And do you have Spence winning every round?
No.
All but one.
All but one?
I got two. I give Mikey two.
Okay, let's go back to Kenny, Joe, and Lennox ringside.
All right, Chris, how about you, Joe? Do you have Spence winning every round?
Except the second round, right? And I agree with Sean and Boom Boom for sure. But and I also agree with the fact that what Boom Boom said is that Garcia's got to get in close and he's got to take some chances.
I agree with that as well.
Yeah, when he got in close, even though Spence landed some good shots, Mikey was close enough to land some great counter punches off the ropes over there in that last round. So if he's not willing to take chances or unable to take chances, we're going to see more of the same here.
Our Marcos Villegas has scored at 60-54, giving each of the first 6 rounds to Errol Spence Jr. In round 6, Spence landed 13 jabs. That's more than double the welterweight average.
Well, it's serving him well. I mean, especially since you know that it's going to be hard for Mikey to counter his jab because he's got short arms. It's a great strategy to use a lot of jabs because it'll really keep Mikey at bay, which he's been doing all night. And even that great counter punch Mikey just threw there missed Errol because he's actually got a very good defense himself.
Let's check in with Heidi Antro. Heidi.
Thanks so much, guys. I just talked to Derek James, Errol Spence Jr.'s coach. He told me he wants him to keep his composure, shorten up those shots, don't rush. You can even hear Floyd Mayweather over here saying, don't rush, use your jab. He'll walk into it. He wants him to close up on the middle, though. Guys?
All right, thanks, Heidi.
You see, Errol stepped in a few seconds ago with a straight left-hand lead, but he was able to pull out quick enough where even Mikey, as quick as he is with his counterpuncher, he fell short with it. And Errol, actually has a very, very slick defense. He knows what punch is going to come after he throws a certain punch. So when he throws a left hand, he knows most likely he's going to get countered by a right hand, and he's ready for it.
Final minute, round 7.
And Derek James is right. Errol needs to shorten up on the punches because he doesn't want to leave himself out there to be counter-punched.
Yeah, I'd agree with that entirely, but right now, even though he's not shortening up on his punches, he still hasn't paid the price for it, but it's always good to be cautious. But I will tell you, Mikey Garcia's got to use his feet. He's not using his feet to come forward. He's trying to counterpunch, but he's got to do that. He's got to put a hustle on with his feet if he really wants to be successful.
Round 7, winding down here in Arlington.
See.
Deontay Wilder, one of the many greats on hand, the current WBC heavyweight champ.
All right, and there's that slip and a nice little jab. Lennox, go ahead.
Mikey has to get a little closer, but there you see the long arms of Errol Spence Jr. throwing that roundhouse body punch. Little long, but he's still catching him. There's the one up the middle. And here's the last shot. Over with that left hand coming around Mikey's gloves.
But a nice counter by
and
Mikey.
Mikey's
right
still
there.
thinking he's doing all right, but he lost those rounds.
This is only the 6th time Errol Spence Jr. has gone past 6 rounds in his career in his 25th pro bout.
But on those replays, it certainly looked like Errol Spence was landing the heavier shots, without a doubt.
Yeah, he was connecting.
Well, this is 8 of 12, and if Mikey Garcia is going to make any headway, he's got to make his move yesterday. I mean, so he's got to really do something spectacular in the next few rounds. He's got to hurt Errol Spence at least.
Well, I don't think he's going to hurt Errol Spence because, when you look at both of their knockout ratios, Errol Spence has the highest knockout ratio.
21 of 24 for Spence.
Keep him up, baby. Keep him up. Keep him up.
Ooh. Mikey got hit with what he thought was a low blow when he was complaining to the ref, and a right hook just whistled by his chin. I mean, he can't take his eye off the ball there, not with a guy like Spence.
Look at the total number of punches landed, only 45 by Garcia, and we are in round 8. Spence now at 166.
Seems like that jab is really bothering Mikey Garcia because he's putting up that left hand, trying to block it, but he can't block it. When he's trying to block it, you know, Errol Spence is coming in with that left, which is the right thing to do.
What Spence is doing great too is he's actually boxing nicely. He's, you know, for a guy that is considered just a pressure fighter, more or less, he's stepping back when Mikey's stepping in, sometimes countering, sometimes just making Mikey Garcia miss like that. So he's playing a really smart game, and then he gets back in and he'll start touching you again.
And Mikey's known for that left hook. I haven't seen that left hook yet, and that's his, you know, that's his good punch.
Left hook is hard to get off on a southpaw. You know, that works really well against right-handers, but against southpaws, it's really hard, especially when you got a jab taking up all the time on your left hook side. You know what I mean? Boy, but Errol Spence is just dominating now. And even when he's close to Mikey, Mikey can't find the counter shots.
Final minute, round 8, scheduled for 12 in Arlington. Here in round 8, Spence has landed 40%, 32 of 80. Garcia only 4 of 33.
There's a couple good right hands and the choppers that Mikey's landing on the inside, but to what effect? Because here comes Errol, man, just throwing some really strong punches, little uppercut, straight left hand, and a right hook right behind it.
Ooh, left by Spence. That will do it for round 8. Time now for Sounds from the Ring. Spence's trainer, Derek James.
Too slow, son. No. Take a pose. Oh, that's beautiful, Mikey, my God. Oh, man. You got stick popping, Daddy. You on that stick.
Well, without a point of reference to really know what he's looking at that particular episode, that's beautiful, Mikey. So obviously he saw something Mikey did that he liked, because Errol's his fighter, right?
Yeah, well, no, I think it's a situation where he likes what Mikey did because that was perfect for Errol to throw his combination. So they know he's going to do something. When he does it, that's what they like.
Exactly. Or it might have been the one time Mikey had a good flurry there. I doubt it, but I think you're right on that one.
Through 8 rounds, Garcia landing only 26% of his power shots. Landed 43% over his last 5 fights.
Well, if you know, I got to believe that in Robert Garcia's as his trainer, the corner for Mikey Garcia is in a real, you know, he's can't be feeling too confident right now or too positive. Because like you say, Mikey's not a big knockout puncher, so you say, how do you turn this fight around? What's he going to do to turn this fight around?
Well, he's got to, like you said, he's got to take chances. I haven't seen him take one chance. You know, he's basically he's going to have to rush him.
Okay, even when he takes chances, though, what's he going to do with it? I mean, score points? That's not going to win him this fight. It's too far gone already, you know?
Right, but he needs to throw some punches.
At the beginning of this round,
he's looking. It seems like he's looking for that perfect punch. That perfect punch is never going to be there. He's got to throw punches to get that perfect punch.
At the beginning of this round, our Felix de Jesus heard from Mikey Garcia's corner, be careful.
It's hard to be careful in a fight.
There's his trainer, his older brother, Robert.
And Errol stepped it up a little bit in this round.
Yeah, I think Errol would like to, you know, do what he does best, and that's really pressure you and eventually take you out. It may not be that easy to take Mikey out. You know, we're already in the 9th round, but and he's not landing Well, he's landing there right now. Very solid stuff.
Oh, left uppercut by Spence.
Mikey's taking these punches on the chin.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of these punches he's going to be able to take. This is what happens when you step up. You know, these guys punch a lot heavier. And this is Spence's weight class, and Spence is saying no guys from a lower weight class is going to come up and beat me in my weight class. I'm the king of this weight class. He's saying.
Spence does that to welterweights as well. I mean, whether you step up or not, the bottom line is that he's got Mikey on the run and on the verge of a knockout right here, and he looks like he's looking for a knockout against Garcia.
See, Mikey threw that left hook. That left hook was slow.
Couple of right jabs by Spence.
Boy, he's really got Mikey on the run right now, and if I don't know if he could take another round like this next round if Errol Spence turns on the heat like he did this round.
Final seconds of round 9.
And here we see some great action by Spence. He wants to mix it up a little bit more, so he steps to him, throwing some good body punches. Good body punches, then he comes up to the head. His hands are nice and high. He's got Mikey up against the ropes. Crowding him right now, putting him in the corner. Unanswered punch. And here we see him on some super slow-mo. Spence coming in with that right hook. Mikey falling against the ropes. Here's that last punch coming. Was blocked. But good combinations by Errol Spence Jr.
We heard from Manny Pacquiao earlier when he chatted with our Kate Abdo. Manny said he'd love to face the winner of this bout. Errol Spence telling us yesterday, I want Pacquiao next.
I mean, he may get him after this performance, I'll tell you, because he's proven to be the premier welterweight in the welterweight division of all the champions right now.
Our Felix De Jesus telling us that Robert Garcia said he's going to stop it if he doesn't get a good round out of Mikey. For more, to Heidi Androl.
That's right. I just talked to Robert. He said that he didn't like the kind of punches that he was getting hit with in that last round. Mikey asked him for this round. He said, all right, I'll give it to you.
Errol Spence in round 9 landing 51 punches, most by a Garcia opponent in 20 fights.
Good right hand by Spence.
Well, Robert saw what we were talking about last round, which was he could not afford to take another round like he did in the 9th round and the 10th round here. And I'm talking about Michael Garcia taking that type of punishment. And Robert will stop the fight if he thinks his brother is taking too many punches. And even if it wasn't his brother, it would be a smart move, because, you know, you got to watch out for your fighter regardless if it's your family or not.
And remember, as we mentioned earlier, Mikey was told by many, including some in his camp, that this fight was too risky.
Every fight is risky, but this one is especially risky because you're in there with a machine in Errol Spence, who really devastates most of his opponents, whether it's to the body or head, but eventually he wears you down and just thoroughly, you know, thrashes you. And he's sticking to the script right here.
Spence putting on a clinic.
He is. And against a guy that is really not easy to put a clinic on against, whether you're bigger than him or not.
Final minute, round 10.
Haven't seen too many body punches by Mikey Garcia, and you know, he's known for his body punches.
Yeah, he is, and he just got hit with a couple of good uppercuts by Errol Spence. The thing is Mikey Garcia is too busy protecting himself to worry about throwing punches right now, because he's just worrying about blocking punches, to tell you the truth, at this point of the game.
At this point, it's only going to take one punch.
Well, I got to tell you, Mikey threw a nice crisp left hook off of a counter shot off of Errol's punch, but then Errol came right back with a straight left hand. So even when Mikey does something good, Errol answers it back.
We'll look at the total power punches. Spence landing 55%, Garcia 24%. Final seconds of round 10. Let's listen into the corner of Mikey Garcia.
Dos rounds, Mikey, faltan. ¿Cómo siente?
It was a good round. How are you feeling? You want to go out again? Yes.
¿Sí?
Let's go.
Ya está mejor así.
You're a little better now. So then get closer and let's go. Let's go for it. Nice and tight. Okay, not from the outside. Don't fight from, find them inside.
Faltan 2 rounds.
There's 2 more rounds left. Listen to me, nice and close. He's only beating you because of his big the distance that he has on you. So get close and then start working the body too. You gotta keep doing it. You gotta keep more busy. Okay? Okay? You want to do it? You want to go? Let's go. You have a lot of heart. Let's go. Don't go up. You got to fight small. Nice and low. There's still 6 minutes left. Let's go.
Okay? Vamos pues, mijo.
This is round 11. Spence threw a fight-high 125 punches in round 10.
I think right at this point what Robert Garcia is saying is, look, as long as I don't think you're going to take a lot of punishment, I'd like to at least get the moral victory of going the distance. And I think Mikey feels the same way. He'd like to go the distance and finish this fight without it being stopped. But he's not doing himself any favor by sitting on the ropes right there, because that's where he will take punishment.
Mikey Garcia needs to knock out Errol Spence to win this fight.
Of course.
But right now he's too busy protecting himself from this onslaught of Errol Spence's combinations.
He is. He's doing a good job of blocking these big punches, though, but something's going to slip in eventually if Mikey doesn't counter.
Spence throwing a barrage of punches here in round 11.
It's not looking good. So he's looking for a counter shot. It was too little too late.
Spence has landed over 300 punches. Garcia only 63. To Marcos Villegas.
Yeah, Kenny, so far I have it 190 for Errol Spence. We're seeing him now mix up his body attack, which I was looking to see in the early rounds, but Spence showing over the course of this fight that he has another dimension and that he can box, and he's just not this pressure fighter that comes forward.
All right, thanks, Marcos. So Marcos has given all 10 rounds to Errol Spence tonight.
Yeah. Right now what he's doing is he's just punishing Mikey Garcia to the body and head. But Mikey is staying at least focused. He doesn't look like he's lost focus yet, where he's being dazed, even though the referee, John Shirley's really keeping a close eye on things, as well as the corner.
You know, he's being a punching bag right now. You know, he's getting all that. He's receiving a lot of punishment and punches, which is slowing him down. So anytime he attempts to throw a punch, he's not going to have the energy to get that punch through.
I know, we got 1 minute left in the 11th round here. I'm telling you, it's a moral victory if he lasts the 12 rounds, and that's what I think they're going for here right now. I don't think they're going for the win because the win is impossible. So he's blocking a lot of those punches. He's taking some good shots, no doubt, here and there, but he's still capable of trying to counter. And I'm talking about Garcia. But Errol Spence is really turning up the heat right now. There's 20 seconds left.
I think Errol Spence just likes to box inside right now. He doesn't need to keep the fight from a distance. Yeah, so he's, you know, right now he's just stepping towards Mikey and loving it. And he's being smart too, because as soon as he hears that bell, he's right by his corner.
Right, there you go. So I think Mikey's very happy he made it through the round. I think they're consigned to the fact that if they can get through this fight with a decision, it's a big moral victory.
A look at Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. Both fighters, big Dallas Cowboy fans. Both attended games here at AT&T Stadium this season. Errol Spence says, "I bleed blue."
Put the body on the shot. Hands up high. Go get him right now. Hands up high. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Rotate. Huh?
Hey, fellas.
What?
And here we see another Spence flurry, just stepping towards Mikey, mixing up the punches, throwing punches in bunches.
Mikey Garcia acknowledging the crowd as we begin the 12th and final round. Errol Spence Jr. fighting past 11 for the first time in his pro career. He's never gone to round 12.
No, and Derek James doesn't, his trainer doesn't want him to. He said, "You got to go get him, go get him, go get him." Now he knows he's got the fight clearly won, but yet he's telling his guy to go out and not play it safe in the 12th round like you would normally.
I think he wants him to get stopped. Huh?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he wants to get the knockout victory, just as it is a moral victory for Garcia to go to 12. It's kind of a little bit of a letdown not to be able to stop a guy that's a 135-pounder as well on the other side of the coin, right?
This is, Mikey's a good fighter.
He's a great fighter.
He's a great.
That's why he's still.